the opening title themes for Super Mario Maker 2, all of the different title themes feature Super Mario World as a prominent game style, except for the Master Sword one added in version 2.0, which features a SMB1 version, seeing as that's the only style that Link can be played in. You can actually go backwards into pipes and levels in Super Mario World and in the Super Mario World style. By using a Yoshi, you rotate the other way from the pipe, you're able to go back through the pipe that way. With the course editor, there is a clear mistake that is seen. You can see that the game says other game styles as it being plural, implying that there was going to be another style coming to Super Mario Maker 2 that unfortunately never came out. A lot of this game seems to be reminiscent of Super Mario World references, seeing as the original Super Mario Maker 1 was a lot of Super Mario Bros. 1 references. For example, the music in the game for Course World is reminiscent of Super Mario World. For example, the Endless Challenge Easy and Normal music is the same as Yoshi's Island in Super Mario World. And the Endless Super Expert music is the same as the Valley of Bowser theme from Super Mario World. And the Network Play theme is the same as the Special World in Super Mario World. In addition, a lot of the game seems to have as mentioned previously, the title themes are also all predominantly featuring Super Mario World. A lot of people know about the updates that were added into the game, mainly version 2.0 and version 3.0. But what some people often forget is that there was a whole nother update that was mainly designed to add multiplayer with friends. We'll get back to that in a bit. Despite the fact that Mario Maker 2 removed mystery mushrooms from Mario Maker 1 and a few other things, there's still some references that were from Mario Maker 1 that still carried over. For instance, in the Super Mario Bros. 3 style, if Mario crouches underneath a white semi-solid in the ground theme, he'll do a little hop. This is a reference to Super Mario Bros. 3, where if a player ducks below or ducks on a white semi-solid, they'll go through behind the foreground and go to a secret path to get a warp whistle. But since you can't do that in Mario Maker 2, Mario does a little hop. Lanky Mario, while not being a power-up in the game, does actually make 2 cameo appearances in Super Mario Maker 2. The first being as a little Easter egg, where if you knock on the doors in Course Editor, a Lanky Mario will come out with a different variation of a power-up. This is actually a really fun feature. They even added different ones for all the updates that came out, which I thought was really neat. In addition, he also makes a cameo in the Catch and Win game in the Super Worlds, where if you hit the house 3 times, Lanky Mario will come up and just tell you to go away, which I think is pretty neat. Despite the fact that the final Ninja speedruns features a level saying Bowser's Castle The Last Dash, or the 20th Ninja speedrun, there was actually another Ninja speedrun released a few months later called Link's Lightweight Long Shots. This was meant to celebrate the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, and it made it seem like that Nintendo was considering bringing back Ninjas. However, they haven't followed through, which would have been a really cool way to see Mario Maker 2 kind of stay alive. Now for some multiplayer facts. There was originally some speculation in the community that there was that the multiplayer had a double S Plus theme, as some players in version 1.0 got a glitch which showed them having 8,000 points at double S Plus. This because in version 1.0, once you reached S Plus, the bar did not say 1,000, it went to 3,000, which to many players showed that it was the end of the max amount of points that you can get. However, while Nintendo thought that getting 8K was impossible, many players were able to achieve it, or not many, but a few notable players were able to achieve getting 8K, and by getting 8K, the point counter completely stops. So if you win a game, you can't get any more points. A lot of people forget this, but Mario Maker 2 also has LAN play. If you're in network play and you hold the left stick and press L and R at the same time, the LAN play menu will appear. This is actually something that I don't think a lot of people really know about Mario Maker 2, but just something I thought was worth mentioning. As mentioned previously, the version 1.1.0 update was a very significant update to Super Mario Maker 2, as it added the ability to play with friends, which actually wasn't available at launch. In version 1.1.0 and beyond, the game would, when you reach 6,000 in multiplayer versus, the S Plus would turn pink, and by that, that's like essentially your completion for those who want to 100% it. However, 8K is still legitimately the final and the max that the Mario Maker 2 point counter can go. Alright, and that's all for the multiplayer facts. Back to the regular facts. In the Mario Maker 2 trailer, the first trailer, you can see that the UI is a bit different than how it looks in the final game. More interestingly, in the Super Mario Maker 2 Direct, there is a clear sign that the underground theme in the Super Mario Bros. 3 style is different than the one that is actually in the final game. This is really interesting to me because the Direct came out just a little over a month before the game came out on June 28, 2019. Right now, the current amount of levels you can upload in Super Mario Maker 2 is 100. However, at the start of the game, it was 32, and then on July 24, 2019, that was changed to 64. However, on January 6, 2020, the upload count was up to 100, where it remains today. What's really interesting to me in Mario Maker 2 is all the different characters, but more importantly, what their significance is. Of course, Toad and Toadette were not in Super Mario Bros. 1, Super Mario Bros. 3, or Super Mario World. So, to create all new sprites for them is really, really neat. However, what I find super interesting is Toadette's inclusion in Super Mario 3D World. Toadette was not a playable character in Super Mario 3D World, while Mario, Luigi, and Toad were. So that meant Nintendo created all new sprites and voice clips for Toadette in 3D World. Now granted, some of those could have been reused from spin-off games, but things like Toadette meowing was never ever in any Mario game. So to create all new clips for this game was really, really neat, and it's really cool that Nintendo did that. Speaking of which, the new Super Mario Bros. U style uses Blue Toad as a character. However, it is likely that the voice clips used for Blue Toad are the same as Yellow Toads in New Super Mario Bros. U. The story mode actually features clear conditions that are not available in the regular game. For example, handstanding on trees, carrying Toads in tow, holding a stone, are not able to be replicated in the course editor, likely because Nintendo thought that it was a story mode exclusive more than a one to actually play levels with. One thing interesting with the movement is the new additions with SMB3. In SMB3, you can never crouch while you were Small Mario, or in SMB1, either SMB1 and SMB3, you cannot crouch while you were Small Mario. However, in Mario Maker 2, they added that in. Additionally, while they added all these new things, you still can't slide down slopes in SMB1. And I still don't understand why you can't do that, but that's beyond me. And for the final fact, in the version 3.0 update, which added the SMB2 mushroom, it's likely that SMB2 was planned as a game style for Super Mario Maker 2, but was scrapped due to either time constraints or lack of interest. And the reason I think this is because all new sprites were made for Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Toadette to represent SMB2. In addition, the Phanto key was added as well for the SMB1 style, which is something that was made in SMB2. This is pure speculation on my part, but it's interesting to me and something I thought I should include, mainly due to the fact that it's that these things were all here. And you know, even with the Master Sword update, Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Toadette's model is literally just red, green, blue, and pink. Like that's not really enough to really be considered a full game style in my opinion. And that's all the facts for this video. Thank you all so much for watching and have a good one.